In today's episode, I have 3 excellent stories about automobiles that I think you'll love. And if you stick around to the end, you can watch a 37,000-pound front loader dance on 2 wheels. Not clickbait, it's at the end. This is ZakDTV, the place for the most interesting news from around the net. Let's get right into this. So this weekend, Formula E comes to New York City. They're going to be running in Brooklyn. For those of you who don't know, Formula E is an all-electric version of Formula 1. Now, this has been running for a couple years, and it just hasn't caught on the way you'd think it would. The reason for that is there's really not a lot of teams competing in this sport. The races are only 50 minutes long. It has some odd rules to it. There's even this way that fans can vote to give their driver a boost to make their car a little faster, stuff like that. It's a little different. It is cool because, like F1, they do run a lot of their tracks on city streets. Like, this race is going to take place in Brooklyn. But again, it's a very small field. There's really not a lot of competition. In fact, this year, the same guy has won first place in every race. Partially because he's a fan favorite. Well, it looks like people are willing to mix this up a little bit. The first big change? Next year, they're going to introduce a new chassis. All drivers have to use the same chassis. And for the 2018 season, it will be made by Sparks. Look at this thing. That is a thing of beauty. Not only is it a great looking chassis, but it will also carry a big enough battery that they won't have to do the mid-race swap. That's something right now they have to do in the Formula E series as well. Halfway through the race, drivers have to change cars because the batteries right now don't hold enough of a charge to finish the whole race. Well, this is going to solve that problem. And it seems like that problem is opening the floodgates. Audi has signed on. BMW has signed on. Porsche is in talks, looking to sign on. And even Ferrari's CEO, Sergio Marchionne, has stated that we need to be involved in Formula E because electrification via hybridization is going to be part of our future. And that's a little telling too. It seems like Ferrari's looking into doing electric cars. So while the race in New York this weekend is only going to have the 10 teams, 2 drivers apiece, it looks like the 2018 season will be huge because you'll have all the current competitors like Jaguar, Renault, Citroën, Faraday Future, Next EV will all be there. And you'll also get Audi, BMW, maybe Porsche, and possibly Ferrari. This sounds like it's about to get good. What do you guys think about Formula E? Go ahead and leave it in the comments below. Next, I'd like to look at a car that I could only ever own in video games. This is something I just know and accept that will never be mine. Maybe one day I'll be able to rent a ride in one of these. This is the Aston Martin Valkyrie. And this is a near production prototype. They are making this. Originally they debuted this as a concept car. It wasn't something that was going to happen. But then they got in with Red Bull's F1 team. And Adrian Newey. He's an F1 designer who's been in the game for a long time. And they came up with this. Basically, it looks like an F1 car with a cheap body thrown on top of it. They are shooting for the lightest and most aerodynamic supercar ever produced. In fact, shaving as much weight as they can off this car, they even got rid of the Aston Martin badge and went with engravings of their emblem, which makes it 99.4% lighter than the actual badge. Now, you know you're really looking for weight savings when you're willing to ditch a badge that weighs 1/3 of an ounce or something, right? While unfortunately this isn't an electric vehicle, it will be powered by a 6.5-liter V12 engine based on the Cosworth motor, which was a V8 that was used in F1 racing. They're pulling 1,000 horsepower out of this thing and putting it on one of the lightest, most aerodynamic chassis ever. This will be an amazing car to watch. Now, I did say I will never own something like this, and here's the reason why. Their guesstimates right now, they haven't put a price tag, $3 to $3.5 million for this. That puts it firmly in the category too rich for my blood. And of course, the numbers are limited. They're only making 150 of these. And with all that being said, I don't think I could ever justify spending that kind of money on a vehicle. What do you guys think about that? And now I want to talk about something old. This was something I had never seen before. I'm a big Beatles fan, and when I saw this, it just fits the bill. This is John Lennon's 1960 Rolls-Royce Phantom. The reason this was in the news is because it's going to London to be put in a museum show celebrating the different models of the Rolls-Royce Phantom. But can you believe this thing? I mean, it looks like something a Beatle would own. And in fact, when he originally purchased the car, it was black. But of course, that didn't fit in Lennon's style. So, taking cues from the design of different gypsy wagons, he sent it off to a custom place and they painted it for him. This car was given back to John in honor of the release of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, one of their greatest albums. But I felt I had to include it because, like I said, I'm a big fan of the Beatles, and I had never seen this before. Something I wanted to share with the world. And now, for a dancing front loader. If you guys have ever been to a trade show, you know people try to show off what their product can do. And this guy is killing it, right? I've seen people doing wheelies and little skid stairs, stuff like that, whatever. But this takes skill. This is a guy who is good at his job. And that is balance and precision. I'm not sure if there's a counterweight loaded in the front end there. I have to assume there is for him to keep it up there that well. But it's amazing no matter how you look at it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you liked the episode. Thanks for stopping in. If you like what I do, go ahead and click the subscribe button over here. I bring interesting news to you 7 days a week. I do a live stream on Saturday and a short on Sunday. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Have fun out there and be safe.